Guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix's new comic book day for the week of December 8th, and we're going to get started right now. This is episode brought to you by Paul and Tim Do a Thing. You're going to see Tim. He's going to have a shirt. It's going to say, "We did a thing." We actually have, stuff. Fan-made art. It kind of makes you happy.
Hey guys, it's Tim from Capes and Scowls, comic book store, Team Ashen, and Paul and Tim Do a Thing. I got a shirt that says that. I don't know if you can see it. I got all these books in the way. But let's talk about some trades. We've got The Dark from Dark Horse Comics. This was a Comixology original, apparently. That's pretty cool. It's by Mark Sable. Sable good. We got Swamp Thing Becoming. This is the most recent series. It is issues 1 through 4, as well as the Future State issues. Sea of Stars by Jason Aaron. This is still going strong. This is volume 2? Yes, volume 2. Very good stuff there. We've got Plants vs. Zombies. Man, I love Plants vs. Zombies. What a fun game. Dream a Little Scheme. Star Wars High Republic, The Heart of Drenger? It's the High Republic. We've got Immortal Hulk, Volume 10. This should be the end of it, I do believe. Yes, this is the end of the Immortal Hulk. We got Batman Urban Legends. This is Rosenberg doing fun Rosenberg things. You know, like Grifter shows up and that kind of fun stuff. We've got Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunter's Companion. This is a lot of the tie-ins, like the Forlom and Zuckuss book, and the Jabba one-shot, IG-88, all that stuff is in here. We got Beta Ray Bill. This book was so good. Daniel Warren Johnson writing and drawing it. Just having a lot of fun with it, which was great. We got The Amazing Screw-On Head. This has gotten a re-release. This is Mignola, if you're not familiar, who did Hellboy. This is one of his weird books, and it's pretty fun. And finally, we got Saga the Swamp Thing by Alan Moore. These giant hardcover versions of the whole dang thing. It's not bad, actually. It's $120 for 6 hardcovers of Alan Moore insanity. Yeah, you could totally kill somebody with this. There you go.
First up, we have Inferno issue number 3. This is really kind of getting the ball rolling as to what is going on in the series, and is taking a twist because we'd have new players and new things going on, and we have a situation where we thought the events of Powers of X and House of X were not going to come back to bite us, and they very much are, but in different ways. The art has been good. The writing has been spectacular. It's just the ever-widening secrets who you didn't know, or secrets that you assumed were secret and aren't quite as secret. And, yeah, definitely interesting.
All right, well, all my books were pretty good this week, so let's just go through it. First up, we got Devil's Reign, issue 1 from Marvel. This ties into what the Daredevil series has been doing. Basically, you've got Mayor Fisk, who's really pissed off at Daredevil. Daredevil kind of taunts him and just starts a string of events, which is not good for the superheroes in general. They're basically trying to recreate the Superhero Registration Act in a way. And Mayor Fisk is having very little pushback from it, and he is pretty much just having his way. But he's also having a fit, and he is not happy. He knows that something has happened. His memories have been tampered with. I won't spoil how that has happened, but a lot of interesting things are at play here. I'm curious to see where this book goes, but it's Zdarsky. I love Zdarsky, both his art and his drawing. His art and his writing. But he's really stepped up in serious writing because he's known for the silly. This book has just been really good. So check it out. Even if you're not reading Daredevil, I think you can enjoy this.
Next up, we have Lunar Room, issue number 1. It's kind of an interesting book. It's setting up a new world of magic and vampires and werewolves and all that kind of stuff. And it kind of centers around this main character who used to be a werewolf, but is bound and not able to shift into her full powers, and gets kind of a glimpse of what her life could be like again. And I think it's going to set up the central point as to what's going on. It was interesting. It was a little rough to get through because it doesn't really center around kind of like any main plot point or anything like that. So it's very much a a setup, and I don't think they really kind of got to where they needed to get to. It's an interesting concept, though, but hopefully they get to kind of a point at some point.
Next up, we have The Crimson Cage from AWA, Issue 1. You know I'm a sucker for all things wrestling, and this is no exception. This is a really cool horror book, though. It takes place down in Louisiana, and it's 1984, I believe, and it is very much, territory days of wrestling, and, the Ric Flair equivalent. He's like a little bit Ric Flair, a little bit Jerry Lawler. He ends up going down to Louisiana, and he's gonna make their guy look really good before he moves back along. And he says he's gonna make him the champion one day, and he just really wants to work with him. He thinks there's a lot of talent, but the local guy is considering murdering him because he ran into some bog witches, as you do down in Louisiana, who say, you're gonna do all these things, we just need your soul. It's that kind of story. So it's equal parts horror and equal parts wrestling. And I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, I'm not surprised I would enjoy a wrestling book, but this one was pretty solid. And I think even if you're not a wrestling fan, I think you could really appreciate what this is trying to do. So definitely check it out.
And my pick of the week, it is Buffy, the Last Vampire Slayer. This is an interesting book. It's an alternate reality. Boom has done a really good job with the Buffy series. And this is an alternate reality when vampires and humans are basically coexisting through a treaty, and all the previous Slayers were eliminated, leaving Buffy the only person left, and unable to use her powers because she is not allowed to, based on the treaty. She is still hated by vampires, so she's still technically hunted under the radar, but really can't retaliate because she's the Slayer, and people would know what she is and who she is and all that kind of stuff. And dealing with all the possibilities between that, it was very well written. The art was beautiful in here, and it kind of sets up a hopelessness for Buffy that you're not used to. And then the story is very clearly fleshed out, and I can't wait for more. I actually want to read the rest of this. So yeah, we'll see if this is. I don't know if it's an ongoing. But it's definitely a Buffy series that you can check out without having to worry about reading anything that's come before. So definitely grab it.
All right, time for my pick of the week. Paul, what's my pick of the week? No idea. It is One Star Squadron from DC. This is Mark Russell, again, always great. With some Steve Lieber art, even better. This is a very fun concept. It's essentially hire a hero. It's an app. You can... Red Tornado is kind of like the face of it, and Power Girl is high up as well. And basically, there's some real D-list, Z-list heroes on here as well. I love all the pulls. I can't believe some of the characters they dug up from this. There's some real heartfelt moments, too. There's some real sad stuff that happens behind the scenes here. And just what a cool introduction to this story. It sounds kind of silly and weird, and it is a fun story, a funny story, but at the same time, there's a lot of feels going on here. So if you want something that's just wacky but really, really good, check this out. It is, it is just awesome. And the heckler's there. Remember the heckler? You don't. And that's the point. Check it out. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you for checking us out. Make sure you go subscribe and watch some silly videos over on Paul and Tim Do a Thing. Again, we'll be back here next week. We'll be talking about all kinds of fun comics. Is there anything good coming out next week? I don't even look ahead. I have no idea.
Never looked ahead.
Never looked ahead. We're not that smart. We're not going to tease that we're going to do something fun next week. But that's it, Paul.
It won't be fun. It's just we don't know what it is.
It might not be fun.
I mean, it's rare when all 6 books suck. I don't think it's ever happened.
No, I think we've gotten to 5, though. We've gotten to 5, and we're like, this one was just okay. Hopefully it's not one of those weeks.
It's like The Price is Right. It's like, how many times have you seen, like, all 6 contestants lose? Like, that doesn't happen often.
I'm sure it happens, though. Anyways, that's it. Check out Paul on Twitch. Check out my podcast, Capes and Scowls. And I think that's about it. So, bye, everybody.